Good day, I'm Stacey Ann Smith and this is your Jis News for July 24. Back-to-school preparations are progressing well for the 2012-2013 academic year. Education Minister Ronald Thwaites says schools are to get their first tranche of tuition fees and maintenance grants by the second week in August, in time for the September 3 start of school. School feeding and PATH grants will be uploaded to schools' accounts in the third week of September. The minister meanwhile declared that going forward, high school auxiliary fees will not be optional, but said administrators must devise reasonable payment plans and no student should be barred for inability to pay.
We know how difficult it is for most parents to afford auxiliary fees, but they are absolutely necessary for the operation of schools.
He says the ministry has spent $900 million on textbooks for the new academic year, and these should be delivered to schools by August 24. Repair works should be completed on 9 infant and 6 primary schools by the end of August. In addition, 108 primary and 20 high schools have been identified for infrastructure development, and repairs to furniture should be completed well ahead of the start of school. Meanwhile, the Education Minister says all is on track for the independence celebrations in schools on August 6.
What we want to do is to increase the regard and the respect of our children for our national identity, and we want to engage them in full participation in these celebrations. There is nothing compulsory about it. There wasn't in 1962, but we trust that many schools will in fact have some observance.
He says over 100 schools have already confirmed their participation. Students are encouraged to go to the nearest school where the celebration is taking place, as well as to parish centre celebrations. Agriculture and Fisheries Minister Roger Clark is proposing harsher penalties for predial larcenists, pointing out that the loss to predial larceny in 2011 was approximately $5 billion. The minister says it's threatening the food security of the country and driving away young people from agriculture. While addressing a recent sensitization seminar for clerks of the court, he said examples must be made of persons found guilty of predial larceny if the activity is to be controlled. At another function last week, Minister Clark added that the fight against the practice would have to extend beyond the thieves.
We have some tweaking to do with some of the legislation because the traders must come into the picture. And I say this, we are going to have to target some of those supermarkets in a very serious way. They must tell you where they get some of those things from.
The minister was addressing the Red Pole Society's annual general meeting. The Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA's Hanover office, has stepped up its production of plant seedlings to meet the needs of the approximately 6,000 registered farmers in the parish. RADA says the aim is to maintain the consistent increase in domestic crop output recorded since 2006. Farmers produced 4,590 tons of food last year, representing a 32.1% increase over 2010. And RADA says the growth is expected to continue this year. The Rural Agricultural Development Authority operates 2 plant nurseries in Hanover that provide planting material for Scotch bonnet pepper, tomato, sweet pepper, hot red pepper, cabbage and turmeric. The seedlings are sold to farmers at a discounted rate. And finally, a care centre to support persons living on the streets has been officially opened in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth. The $3 million facility was set up by the St. Elizabeth Care Committee with support from Food for the Poor, church groups and the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development. Portfolio Minister Noel Arscott says his ministry will have discussions with the St. Elizabeth Parish Council to explore how more support can be given to the centre. And that's it for GIS News today. I'm Stacey Ann Smith. Thank you for watching.